Hello everybody, welcome back to Sketchfest. I know it's been a while since we posted an episode. However, there has been some unexpected changes to the team. I'm not going to get into those because it's none of y'all's business, unfortunately. But just for the sake of maintaining a lot of people's privacy, we're just going to go with we have new staffing. So I'm still here, Chelsea, hey, and I have my new co-host here. Go ahead and name yourself.
Jake.
This is Jake. So Jake and I are now going to be the Sketchfest, I guess, team. But Anton is no longer with us for now. There is a potential that he will come back. Anywho, so we are in the new year. You are hearing us in the new year. We have been spending the past few months trying to stock up on some really good episodes and make sure that everything that we put out is content that is good. So we want quality content. That's why we've been working on this for a while. And I'm so sorry if I sound a little congested. I'm a little congested. My son got COVID last week, so that was quite the pain in the ass. Anywho, so today we're going to be talking about something that is a little heavy hitting, but I figured it fits perfectly within the Sketchfest bounds. So I was recently listening to a podcast because that's what I do. I love podcasts. I listen to podcasts on my way to work, whenever I'm taking a shower, whatever the case may be, cleaning the kitchen. And I was listening to Violating Community Guidelines with Brittany Broski and Sarah Schauer. And they were doing an episode about parasocial relationships. However, I feel as though when they did their episode, they erred on the side of caution. And what I mean by that is that they went into parasocial relationships, but they didn't really talk about the ramifications of a parasocial relationship gone sour, which can turn into terrible things like death, stalking, violence.
I didn't even know what it was until you told me what it was, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, bro?
A parasocial relationship is basically when there's someone that has some sort of internet presence, or maybe even just someone overall
It's like people
famous.
fall in love with celebrities and shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like those people.
Whenever there's someone that has a status, so whether they be something as little as a TikTok personality or YouTube personality, all the way up to somebody that is in major films. Obviously, when you have some sort of platform, you will have fans or people that follow you. And there are times where a parasocial relationship may happen, and it could be good. It could be just neutral, whatever. But it can be really bad at times as well. So, and just something that could be good, right, is if, for me, with Brittany Broski, right? I love Brittany Broski. And I feel like when I'm listening to her, or I'm listening to the Violating Community Guidelines podcast, I feel like I'm one of them. I feel like I'm just sitting in the chair with them. We're just chilling. So that is an example of a parasocial relationship. However, it's a healthy one, right? I'm not overstepping boundaries, but there are people that do overstep boundaries. As much as if someone were to say, oh, I'm going to this thing, or I'm going to this thing, or I'm having a meet and greet, people will show up and have ulterior motives. But it could be as bad as being killed because a fan is obsessed with you and they take it to a level to where it's this is my person. I'm in love with them. We're dating. The other half just doesn't know it. But people will take it to the point where it's they are in their brain, they are in a relationship of sorts with this person. But it can get to the point where it can go sour really, really quickly, and it can end up with somebody showing up to said meet and greet and killing you. So a perfect example of that is Christina Grimmie is a singer, beautiful singer. She was on, I believe, The Voice, and really, really, really talented. Someone was Sorry, you just heard a cat do a burnout. So if you hear that, mind your business. Anyway, so somebody was so in love with her. So in love with her. They showed up to a meet and greet and shot her, killed her. So parasocial relationships, I feel like, come in a lot of different, I guess, forms. And the worst part about it is that you don't know how tame or how violent it can get until it happens. So me, right? Even before I had any sort of, like, just even a taste of clout, even before I had a taste of clout, I have had a stalker. Even before I had clout, I was literally just a nobody. But one thing about me is I am so, I don't even know, like, I am so social, and I don't know, I'll just talk to anybody. Like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just talk about my stalker really quick. I actually had another one at some point, but the first one, his name was which is like fucking iconic. That's absolutely iconic, right? But this dude I went to school with,
that name just reminds me of my uncle. Cause, like,
you have an uncle?
Do, yeah.
For sure.
He's as weird as you would think.
For sure. So I had this dude named and we went to school together at one point, and he was just in love with me, which is fine, but I didn't even know who the hell I was. I had no idea. I still live with my parents. Well, my dad. They separated when I was 8. That's a whole different story. Anyway, so this dude, he was on my bus, and he would always pay attention to where my stop was, and he would watch me. If he had enough time, he would watch me walk to my driveway, walk up to my house. So the fact that he was on my bus means that he was around my vicinity, like living-wise. And this dude would show up to my house unannounced, uninvited, and try to get me to come out and do stuff with him. Like, mind you, we were in, like, maybe 9th grade, right? 8th grade, maybe. I don't even remember at this point. It's the trauma. Anyway, so there was one time where this dude, he showed up to my house at 8:30 in the morning and was outside of my house screaming my name, top of his lungs, Chelsea!
Ew.
Dad, come outside!
Whatever.
And this happened regularly, okay? My dad actually, at one point, got so fed up.
It happened regularly?
Regularly, yeah.
Like everyday thing, or like once a week kind of thing?
I would say it was probably about every few days up to, like, maybe every week.
Weird.
So I don't know about you, but I consider more than once to be regularly.
I mean, yeah.
Regularly.
That's just weird in general, but for it to be a pattern, it's even more weird.
It is very bizarre. But I will say, it got to the point where my dad got fed up. And if you know my dad, he's kind of a scary dude, but, like, whatever. We're actually going to have him on a podcast.
I've seen a picture of him. He doesn't look scary, though.
No, but man, this dude has got some fucking stories.
Yeah.
We're going to have him on a podcast.
I know, yeah. That's going to be a good one.
And I'm really excited about it.
I'm really excited to have your dad on the podcast. It's going to be awesome.
That is going to be a hoot and holler. But anyway, so my dad got so fed up with it, and, like, he chased this dude out of the house, down the street, with a broom, and said he was going to kick his ass. And I'm like, dude, at this point in 9th grade, how old was I? Like, 14 maybe? 13, 14? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But, like, goddamn. But anyway, that came to a halt because, well, good old just passed away.
Oh. What the fuck?
R.I.P. Gone but never forgotten. Who would have thought you'd be on a podcast episode, brother?
Damn.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, real sad. And
how'd he die? Did he kill himself?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so good old, R.I.P. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Anyway, so I have.
That's not how I expected that to end.
I know, it took quite the turn, right? Mm-hmm. But any Hoosers, that's not the one I really want to talk about. So while yes, that was interesting to be 13, 14, maybe even 12 at the point. I don't know because I can't remember a timeline to save my life. I've blacked out a lot of my years. But I have another interesting story. So this happened when it was 2012. So I was like...
I'm not going to do the new one.
Yeah. So I was 17, just about to go on 18. And I don't know about you, but back in 2012, Black Ops was the shit.
That's one of my favorite Call of Duties for sure.
Mm-hmm. They really did the damn thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's timeless. Like, I'll still play that shit. But anyways, so I was always playing Black Ops, and I'm really good at it. Not to toot my own horn or nothing, but toot. Anyway, so I was always playing, like, fucking clockwork. And at this point, I had dropped out of school, and I was getting my GED. I was working, so it was like my own free time. I do whatever the fuck I want. Nobody can tell me otherwise. So I'm playing Call of Duty, and obviously you meet people in there. You've got your headset. You're talking to people.
You're just talking to random people in the lobby.
Yeah. So I started playing with someone that I randomly got loaded into a lobby with. And he didn't have a headset or anything, but I did. So I was always talking to him. And he was really good at what he did. I will give him that. But the dude, he like... I don't know. It was just very strange. It was like he and I were playing all the time. I never really heard his voice. He asked for my, like, I believe it was like my Instagram or something at the time, or maybe my Twitter. But he asked for that. He got it. And then ever since then, 2012 until current day, this man will not leave me alone.
From 2012 until today.
Yes. Sorry, I'm like, my nose is running.
Been in your DMs for 10 years.
Yes. So this man has been in my DMs for 10 years. And honestly, I will say I respect the consistency. However, damn. Damn.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
The amount of persistence.
The persistence is
pretty insane.
Truly shocking.
That's a lot,
but
man.
It's
a lot of
kind
simping.
of alarming, honestly, if you think about it. So I wanna talk a little bit about it, but it's just so very strange, right? So he added me on Twitter, I think, first, and then he found me on Instagram, and then Facebook, and whatever. Like, he was just a homie I played games with. But ever since 2012, this man has been messaging me, and it has gone about daily, weekly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Since 2012, okay?
Weekly?
I would go as far to say as probably weekly, but... there are months where he will go ham and it's daily. So the thing with this is that I would consider this a parasocial relationship, right?
How do you simp so hard,
He
man?
simps so hard.
The fuck down.
But, like, I would consider this a parasocial relationship, but I'm also the one that says I think he's harmless. But that's kind of how they all start. And it's like, I don't know at what point it goes from harmless to harmful.
Yeah.
But, like, it has progressed from daily messages to even emails at times.
He has your email?
Yeah.
How?
I think it was linked to one of my profiles.
He really wants to talk to you, I guess.
And it even went as far as to him sending me money.
What?
But here's the kicker.
What?
His dad is very ill and, like, is on Social Security or something. And he sends me his dad's Social Security money.
Whoa.
And, like,
Okay.
I don't condone this.
No, but
I don't condone it at all. But, like, you know, every once in a while, if you want to send me some coffee money, I'm not gonna deny it. But the moment he starts sending me hundreds or something, I'm not taking it.
That's
because then at what point
crazy.
is it gonna be one of those situations where it's like, I gave you money, you have to pay me back somehow in some way. But, like, I just want you to listen to some of these messages, right?
Wait, audio messages?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, no fucking way, dude.
It's interesting, but, like, I have, he made, like, a new Facebook or something a couple of years ago, so I don't have the ones, or
You don't
I
have,
made,
like, any, like, the super old ones.
yeah, I made a new,
Oh, yeah.
I made a new account at one point, so he added me there. I don't have access to my other account,
Yeah.
my older account, but that is the one that I've got all of those messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, since 2019, he has been messaging me relentlessly. But, like, he'll just randomly say, like, oh, hope you're doing well. I don't respond. And then oh God, when me and my ex, like, broke up, or, like, we're in the process of breaking up or something, he sent me a message and he was like, hey, I'm sorry about what happened. I'm not sure if you need money or anything to fix your car, but if you ever do, or you need help or anything, like, I'm always here for you. I don't want anything in return. I don't expect anything in return. I know you're strong and you could do shit on your own. Plus, I know you have a boyfriend that will help you with stuff, but just remember that I'm always here no matter what. Keep your head up, be safe, and let me know if you ever need anything. And then a few days later, miss you, stranger. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to say hello to you. Hopefully you're staying safe and all is well with you and your mini. Enjoy the rest of your week. There's a few days later, so hey, your status from 5 years ago popped up on my phone for some reason, and I just wanted to message you and say that if you ever need anything or anyone, I'm always here for you no matter what, for love or support. Someone to vent to, someone to bullshit with, money, anything at all. I'll always be around. A couple days later, hope you're okay. It just, like, keeps going. But, like, I don't really respond. There's some times where I feel like I need to respond, like, especially if he's talking about, like, money. I'm like, thanks, don't really need it, I'm good, or you don't have to do that, whatever. But I wish that we were on video so that I could, like, literally show you these absolute fucking novels. But they're long. But this was in 2020. Randomly, he was just like, you should always love yourself, always. Hell, that's the thing that drew me to you in the first place. How could someone not love you? I'll tell you how. The person would have to be mental, and I would encourage anyone that treats you badly or doesn't love you to go and get their shit checked out, because clearly there is something incredibly wrong with them. I never told you this, and I probably wouldn't have told you this ever because it's pretty crazy, pretty embarrassing, and hopefully not creepy on my part. But I literally still have super old pictures and messages saved from you. When I got a new phone, when I got a new laptop, I took screenshots or saved them in my email. And when we were talking, I would always read them whenever I was sad. Pictures of tweets that you sent me, pictures or messages on Tumblr, all kinds of weird things, because I always wanted you to be a part of my life forever, because you are always so wonderful. You're incredible, and like I said, no matter what happens, you will always deserve the world. Yeah, and I mean, it only gets worse.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So, like,
Jesus, man.
October of 2020.
That is some, like, professional simping right there. Damn.
It's almost like, it kind of gives me
That's
incel.
like a skill now.
It gives me incel.
Oh, yeah, for sure, incel vibes. For sure.
But, like, October of 2020, he was messaging me, and he's like, it's the beginning of the month, so I just have to get everything situated with my stuff and my dad's stuff.
He, like, tells you about, like, his, like, like all his stuff and everything too? Like what's
He
going
like
on with him?
speaks to me as if I'm going to respond, or like as if I am responding.
Yeah, yeah. Like as if like it's no as if you guys have been this guy has been thinking you've been friends for like 10 years.
Well, technically, we have been like, I guess, friends on the internet for 10 plus years. But like,
does that really count though?
it's like a very one-sided relationship.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's very bizarre.
yeah, it's like, what? Man,
I've rendered Jake speechless.
I've never had that before. So yeah, no, that's fucking weird, bro. If someone was like messaging me like every day, I'd message him like, "Yo, fucking please stop. I don't care."
Well, I don't know. I'm just a professional at ignoring people, and I think that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, true, but like,
But I feel like it's gonna bite me in the ass.
this dude's been confessing his love for you for how long now?
Yeah, exactly. But like in October of 2020, he messaged me and he's like, "It's the beginning of the month, so I just have to get everything situated with my stuff and my dad's stuff, but it won't be very long. I might send you random amounts here and there, like $10, $20, $50, then back to $10, who knows, but it'll always be there." A few days later, "You doing okay, love? Wanted to check up on you." A few days later, "Sent you something. Hopefully you got it and it works for you." That same day, "I always want you to exist. If you ever need anything, please talk to me, okay? I'm always here for anything. If you need to call me, text me, video chat with me, anything, please do not ever hesitate to let me know. I will always be here." Next day, "Hope you were able to get your money." A few days later, "Hopefully you're okay, love. Miss you. Been thinking about you quite a bit lately."
I really want to see like. I want to hear this story from like a guy's perspective. We need like a guy perspective on this. Someone that's had this happen to them.
I don't know, man. It's an interesting, it's kind of alarming, I will say.
Yeah, I would. It doesn't seem. No, yeah.
It's alarming, kind of. But like I said, I'm the person where I'm like, "Oh, he's harmless, he's harmless." But what happens the day that he's not harmless?
Yeah, like what if he like finds out like, well, you live in shit, you know? Like you never know.
I know. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I mean, a few days later, "God, you're so fucking gorgeous and perfect. I mean, you always have been. That's why I always kept all those things of you. Totally not in a creepy way, but fuck, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, that's creepy, bro.
And you never fail to amaze me.
Are you
with how
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Not in a creepy way, bro. Yes, it is. The whole thing is.
Yeah. Then when me and my boyfriend officially broke up in 2020.
What if he like tells everyone in his like group that like you guys are like dating or something?
Oh God.
What if he like?
Sure hope not.
I mean, he's been messaging you for like 10 years now, so this dude's definitely like, yeah, dude, that's my wife.
About me. God damn it. Oh no. But like when me and my boyfriend officially broke up in October of 2020, he sent me a screenshot of my status that I said like, "I just need someone, like anyone." And he sent me that, and he was like, "In reference to your status, if you ever need anything or anyone, I'm always here for you. Message me on here. My phone number is this. Text me, do whatever you want or do whatever you need to get a hold of me. I'm always here for you no matter what. Someone to vent to, someone to bullshit with, money, literally anything at all. I will always be here. Just let me know, okay?" A few days later, "Are you okay, love? Wanted to check on you." A few days later, "Hi, I can and want to be that man that you talked about in your status. Where do I volunteer?" Yikes. And then he sent a follow-up message that said, "I always did want to impress you and make you happy. Even all those years ago when we talked, the fact hasn't changed." And then he sent me 2 screenshots of something, I don't even know what these are, from Tumblr, I think. Yeah, I don't know, from Tumblr. And he was like, "I'm sorry about the one thing being blurry as fuck, but do you remember this?" And I never responded. All of these, keep in mind, I have not responded to. There's cat hair on my finger. Anyway. A few days later, Or no, this was the following day. You don't need makeup and your hair can be in whatever style you want it to be because fuck, you're so gorgeous. Holy fuck, you're perfect. A few days later, I miss you. I keep thinking about you. A few days later. Or no, this was the following day. Chelsea is the most beautiful human being in the fucking world.
One of the worst things to be, I feel, is being on social media as a girl, bro.
It's quite trying. But, like, one thing about me, though, and I know it doesn't ring true for everybody, but one thing about me is that I don't care what people say on the internet. I don't care what people say, period. Because I operate my life like I'm a Sims character. But I know that there's a lot of people out there where if this were to happen to them, this could be, like, really scary.
Yeah.
Or this could be very alarming or something along these lines.
Yeah, because that's
could be like harmful to their life, their health. A lot of people would take this as like a direct threat.
I wonder
or
what would
something.
happen. What would happen if you like blocked him? Would he like make a new profile? And
He has.
Oh.
Many a time.
You blocked him before?
No, I've never blocked him though. That's the thing. Is I've never blocked him, but I have like
so even if
deleted
you
Facebooks and made new ones.
So even if you did, he'd find you.
Yeah.
Well, that's so fucking creepy, man.
But, like, this man, it just goes on and on. Like, every few days, hope you're doing well, beautiful. Hope you're doing well, beautiful. But,
that's
like...
too much, man. That's way too much.
This one was December 25th of 2020. He said, before 2020 ends, I wanted to let you know that you're the most beautiful human being in the entire world. Even though I have already told you that 1,000 times, and I will tell you 1,000 more times if I have the opportunity to do so. I just wanted you to know that you're perfect, and I have and always will love everything about you more than you know. You're absolutely wonderful. Never forget how fucking great you are. I miss you, love. Hope you're doing well. I really need and want you in my life more often. Oof. Oof.
Oof.
But, like, this one is... Oh, my God. This one is a hefty passage. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah. You can't say something like that and then not read it.
All right. Just letting you know I'm kind of illiterate sometimes.
This one's like, is this like the worst one?
I don't know if this is the worst one because it seems like every message I get from him is just kind of the worst, period.
Fair. This one's like, is this one pretty bad though?
Just from what I've scanned over the past few seconds, it's pretty rough.
Okay.
But like this is the reality of what it's like to, one, be a girl on the internet, and two, have a parasocial relationship with somebody that is entirely one-sided.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what I mean by like a parasocial relationship where it's like he has this idea that we are in a relationship. Never met the guy, never FaceTimed the guy. I know what he looks like. He knows what I look like.
That's it.
But like, that's it. I don't even have his phone number. He doesn't have my phone number. Yeah. But like, parasocial relationships can turn into stalking. They can turn into literal life or death situations.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you.
The way he like messages you, yeah, I could definitely imagine him being a stalker for sure.
But like, I don't know about you, but parasocial relationships and stalking sounds like it's a fucking Sketchfest. Sounds like a Sketchfest to me.
I would have to agree.
It's
you said the thing. You said it.
It's alarming. But all right, I'm gonna read this hefty passage, and I'm so sorry if I can't read.
You're fine.
All right, so this was February 4th of 2021. And keep in mind, I have not replied to a single message. None of these I have not replied to. But this one was at like midnight. He goes, I know shit was tough, but never forget that anyone who gets to be with you is so ridiculously lucky. Whether you have another kid or you don't, whether my opinion matters much or it doesn't, I want you to know that anyone who gets to date you is so fucking lucky. Anyone who gets to marry you is even luckier. Anyone who gets to spend their life with you is just ... They are the luckiest person in the fucking world. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone thinks. Anyone who does not agree with me, anyone who treats you otherwise is obviously fucking clueless, and they deserve to be dropped on their fucking heads. They do not deserve to be in your life. They will never find anyone who compares to you in any way, because the truth is, nothing and no one will ever compare to you in any way. You're so fucking beautiful. You're so sweet. You're smart. You're such a great mom. And you're absolutely, you're an absolutely amazing human being. You deserve nothing but the world, and you have, since I first started talking to you, and you have made my life so much better. I don't know what happened there, but anyway. I always wish you were still around, and I still have pretty much all of your Tumblr messages saved. I have screenshots of all your old tweets and messages, and it just makes me miss you even more. I just never wanted to lose all of you. March 12th, this man says, even if you smell like hot dog water, you're still perfect and the most beautiful human being ever. It's kind of alarming, but like I said, it only gets worse. This is literally Wattpad. It's like a fan fiction of me. What if he has pictures of me printed out and posted on his wall? He'll message me on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, beautiful. You're my favorite mom ever. Bitch, what about your own mom?
Yeah, what the fuck?
She actually died. But still, wouldn't your own personal birth giver be your favorite mom?
Yeah, right?
Why are you messaging me? Go to the graveyard. Go see your mom. Unless she's on the mantle. I don't know.
Unless she's texted her in your fucking
That was
room.
a little morbid, but honestly, what do you expect?
You think he has
Sketchfest?
it's like one of those it's like one of those wax figures, except like it's like the actual skin of the person.
Like a taxidermy?
Yeah, like taxidermy person. Yeah. Think he's got that?
Let's take a sidetrack real quick.
Huh.
What do you want to do with your body when you die?
When I die?
Uh-huh.
I don't really know.
You haven't put any thought into it. Not a single ounce of thought.
Not a single ounce of thought, no.
Well.
Someone else can figure that out.
All right. Well, he's brave. Me, however, I'm kind of tossing up some ideas of what I want to do with my body, right? So I don't want to be buried because I'm claustrophobic.
Well,
yes,
yeah, but you're
I'll be
dead. And you're not
I
gonna
don't
know.
care. I don't care. What if all of my family moves out of state? They're not going to come visit me.
They're not moving out of the state. Where are they going?
I don't know. But let's just say.
Hypothetically?
I mean.
Hypothetically?
Say they move, right? I'm going to be stuck in a box that's getting neglected. Ain't nobody going to take care of me.
Do you want to be shown off for people to see?
Well, here's the thing, right? I also don't want to be cremated because I'm scared of fire. That's my biggest fear in life is fire.
Yeah.
So I don't want that. So then at that point, it's like, you don't really have too many options left, right?
No.
So I've been tossing around some ideas. At first, I was like, well, what if I donate my body to science? Okay.
That'd be cool. That's what my grandma did.
Well, here's the thing. Once you donate your body to science, whenever they're done with you, they cremate you.
Yeah.
And that defeats the purpose of me getting cremated anyway.
You could be sold at like an auction.
That would be sick.
Your skeleton could be sold. I think so, right? Yeah.
My thing, I guess, was in my brain, I was like, if I'm going to be donated to science, I want to end up in the Bodies Museum.
Could you get your family's, like, your relative or whatever who passed away's, like, skeleton? Can you request that?
I don't think so.
I was going to say, because if you could do that, I'd be like, yeah, dude, like,
No,
like
'cause
put
that'd
me
be
together
sick
like
as
I'm a
fuck.
fucking, like I'm a Lego.
That'd be sick. Like, what do they call that shit? No, not dissected. Shit. I'll remember it. It'll come back to me in a minute. But, so I was like, well, if I'm going to donate it, I want to be in the Bodies Museum. I want to be
like a set, you know.
I want to be sprawled out, like chest flapping open, like whatever. I want to be in the Bodies Museum. But then I heard someone say that the Bodies Museum, like bodies or whatever, they get like rotated out every once in a while, and when they get rotated, it gets like destroyed.
Oh.
like cremated.
Well, ultimately, I feel like that's just gonna happen. That's gonna happen anyways.
Well, here's my last thing, and this is what I'm kind of really settling on. Still working on the logistics and the legalities of it, but I was thinking, what if I don't get taxidermied, right? Because I'm pretty sure taxidermying a body is illegal.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
But
no.
what if? Now hear me
Depends
out.
what country you're in. Yeah, it just depends what country you're in.
Hear me out.
Hmm.
They take my bones out. They do whatever they want with my bones.
Okay.
They fill me with beanbag beans, and I become a beanbag.
I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
But then everyone that I tell this to, they're like, you want to be a beanbag? Where are you going to be, like, propped up? I'm like, my son's couch when he's older? And they're like, that's fucking weird. They're like, you can't just be posted up on your son's couch.
Yeah, you can.
As a beanbag chair. Like, not, all right, only, first fucking things first is that's traumatizing as fuck for your son. And I'm like, he's being raised in a very weird household anyways. So, like, this would be nothing. But then they're like, but what happens when you spring a leak? Oh. You ever had a beanbag chair before?
No.
No?
Oh, I've had them, but I've never had them, like, broken or spring
Bro,
a
when they
leak or
spring a
anything.
leak,
No.
it's like just those tiny little bean pellets. You just hear them. You hear them falling on the floor like tiny little grains of rice in the middle of the night.
I thought they're, like, soft, though.
They are, but you could still hear it hit the ground.
Oh.
It's kind of like, I don't know, it sounds like a soft little whatever. Anyways, that's aside the point. But they were like, what happens when you spring a leak? And I'm like, good question. This is a kink that I now have to work out. So I'm working on my death plan, but that's what I'm leaning towards. Anyways, we got very off topic, but I needed to know. To talk about it.
I don't know what I want to do, honestly. Like,
articulated is the word. My bones, we can articulate them.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do with my body or my remains.
Ooh, not the remains.
Not the remains.
Not the remains.
I don't know.
When I was younger, because I've always had this issue of not wanting to be buried but not wanting to be cremated, I used to talk about putting a
I'd be like one of them Viking funeral things. So they put you on the boat and then like and they shoot the arrow that's like on fire or whatever.
I don't want to be on fire.
And it burns you.
But when I was younger, I also still had this problem. I used to say, what if I put a tree seed in my belly button, they bury me, and I turn into a tree?
Maybe. I don't
know.
Why not? Yeah.
We're still working on the kinks. Maybe I'll take a hike on a very cold mountain. Just do like little ice nap.
Yeah, bury me with like flower seeds in my pocket or something.
I'll throw myself in a bog and become a bog buddy.
A bog body?
You never heard of bog buddies?
No. Bog
Jake,
bodies, just bodies found
swine.
in the bog.
Dude.
What?
You're uncultured.
How am I uncultured?
You've never heard of a bog body before.
Is that just like a body that's in the bog?
Yes, but do you know what happens in the bog?
A lot of things, I guess.
So in the bog, not a lot of things can live in the bog, but it has a lot of weird gases and it's covered by peat moss. And the way that the bog works with all of those elements, it preserves bodies.
Oh, I can see it. It's probably because it's it's like a humid environment, right?
Well, it's not really humid because if it was humid, the body would
But it's a bog.
degrade.
It's got like...
Not all bogs are hot.
I wouldn't assume that they're hot, but like I would assume that there's some sort of like... It's like a humidity. There's like a miasma in the air or something, right?
It's fascinating. You really do need to do some research on bog bodies because it's insane. But like they literally
Bog bodies.
It's such a famous thing. Look it up.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
But like bog bodies,
I'm just gonna go to images.
They will find
Not safe
them.
for work bog body.
They'll find bog bodies that look like they were just thrown in there that are like 4,000 years old.
I want to see a bog
But
body.
the thing too with like all of those elements, whatever color your hair is, it turns it like orange.
Whoa, yeah, what the fuck? Look at this.
Yeah, like it just preserves them like a mummy.
What the fuck? It looks like their body's like tar.
Yeah. It's interesting as fuck, dude.
What the
I
fuck
think
is
bog bodies are so cool. Like look at that one guy in his
There's
face.
like anime and shit in this.
Down, right there. Yeah, bog body. He's literally looks like he's still.
Yeah, he's
like,
still got his
fresh in
hair and
bed.
everything. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh my god, we got so off topic.
The bog. Yeah, the bog drew us in.
The bog body.
They do that.
I don't know.
I feel like bogs are like haunted places or something.
They probably are. There's a
could
lot
see
of
it.
spooky shit in bogs.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's
Look
get
at
back
this.
to messages from my stalker.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's really a stalker or not. I'm going to let the audience decide if he's a stalker.
Yeah, they can figure that out.
But as of right now, I'm leaning towards this is a parasocial relationship that is going a little awry. Where do you think you lean?
I think this... If I'm being blunt, I think this dude needs a reality check. And he needs to figure out this whole situation, because there's probably a reason that you don't message him a lot. Like, come on, man.
I mean, you would think, right?
Yeah, you would think.
You would
That's
think.
true. That's
Like,
true.
I
Not
guess just
everyone
common
is,
knowledge is like,
yeah.
this is not normal.
Yeah, that's true.
But to me, at this current moment, I
Not
think of him
everyone's
as
like
harmless.
that, you know.
But I feel like people that'll hear this story or listen to this episode might think otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. They might just be like, oh, they're just really interested. Like, what's wrong with that, you know?
Yeah, so I'm interested to hear the feedback. So if you're listening to this episode, please leave a comment wherever you're listening to this. I want to hear what your feedback is. Like, where do you lie on the scale of, like, parasocial, obsessed, or, like, stalking? Because I feel like that is a really... I feel like you guys are unbiased. You don't really know, like, the type of person I am.
It might be. You never know.
I don't know. But, like, it's just interesting. But, like, anyways, these messages just keep going and
Yeah,
going
that's crazy.
and going.
I don't know what you do about this. I mean, I do know what you do about that situation, but then you never know how it could unfold after said situation.
Mm-hmm. But, like, June of 2021.
What's like the most recent thing he sent?
The most
Today,
recent.
maybe?
So I think he deleted his Facebook, but he messages me on, like, every profile. I have messages from him on Twitter from, like, 2012, which we'll get into in a second. The most recent one that I have in my inbox on Facebook, he says, in quotes, "Next person I date dies with me," unquote. And he said, whoever that is, I hope that they realize how fucking lucky they are. Because I posted on Facebook saying, like, whoever I date next dies with me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm a person of commitment. But, yeah, so, like, I have those. Let's see if he sent anything on Instagram recently. I feel like he might have deleted all of his social media profiles. I swear recently he messaged me on Instagram. I don't know, man. They're just all over the place. Like, it's just so weird. It's so weird. How could you be talking to somebody like this for so long with no reply,
Yeah.
to no avail, and for what? Oh, here it is. He definitely deleted all of his profiles. But, like, even on Instagram, there's tons of messages, like, and they're all so similar to what he sends on Facebook. It's just every time they're changed up a little bit so that you know he's literally going out of his way to retype all these things. But, like,
That's so
2018, he messaged me on Instagram, "Hey stranger, nice to see you doing so well. I'm really happy for you. You deserve it." You remember how earlier I said he sent that message where he sent, like, his phone number and everything?
Yeah.
He sent the same exact message on Instagram too, just in case I didn't get it on Facebook. 2020, Chelsea is the most beautiful human being in the entire fucking world. God, it just keeps going and going and going. Most breathtaking human ever. I miss you so much. I will always have a crush on you. Prettiest fucking human being ever. I miss you so much and I need you in my life more.
He just sounds like he's just saying the same shit every time. It's just different, just a little bit different.
Yeah, like
it's the same shit though.
This next passage, it's like everything that we've heard already, but it's just sent at a different time, tweaked up a little bit. So it's like the same constant, like, I guess, I don't know, same constant, like, content,
Yeah.
just in different...
It's all the same theme. It's just worded differently.
Yeah. So it's like, he sent this one in a reply to my story. And he said, "You're so ridiculously fucking breathtaking. Anyone who has done you dirty does not and will never deserve to be in your life. Plus,
there's a point where you run out of words or shit to say, and you just keep saying the same shit, like breathtaking,
yes,
and beautiful, and
like word
gorgeous.
vomit.
It's all, you know what I mean?
I miss you. I miss you.
Yeah, like he's exhausted all his resources,
and he just keeps going. He just does not give a damn. But like he said, plus they will never find anyone or anything that compares to you in any way at all. Just goes on to tell me how pretty I am. He wants to give me love and support whenever he can. Is there any way that I could send you money and spoil you? You're the most beautiful human being ever.
I'm just gonna stop you there and just let everybody listening know that they gotta be on the same page at this point. Like we gotta all be on the same page at this point. This is ridiculous, bro.
So, okay, that's the thing is, right? Me and you, and probably the listeners, we're all on the same page, but like, where does it fall? Because I feel like I'm still on that train of like, oh, this is a parasocial thing. But I feel like some of the listeners, or maybe you, might think, no, this might be stalking, or no, this might be...
Yeah, that's true. I could maybe see it as stalking. I mean, like, I guess. I mean, he's like
it's definitely some form of harassment.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it's not a violent harassment.
No.
So that's why my brain is like, oh, parasocial.
I guess, yeah.
There was one where he said, "Can I ask you a weird or random question?" And this is one
the question.
This is one that I did reply to because I was curious. I said, "What's up?" He said, "So I know this might be super random and it's probably weird, but I guess that's what I'm asking. So I was looking through my email yesterday, an older email, and I found a bunch of screenshots of messages from you, messages from Twitter and Tumblr. Is it weird or bad that I missed those conversations and how close we were before? I know I did a lot of probably stupid and shitty things before, and I know that was from forever ago. One of your messages was actually from April 12th of 2011. But yeah, I was just thinking about that stuff, and I didn't know how weird it was or if it was bad that I missed you. And all I said was, send them to me. I want to see them. So he delivered, for sure. There's literally so many of them.
He has... Oh, my God.
So many of them. But then after that, a few days later, he's like, what did you think about all of those? And I never responded.
What the fuck are you supposed to say to that?
I never responded. Yeah, because, like, what are you supposed to say to that? Like,
here's like fucking
cool.
10,000 messages. It was like that I just have screenshotted for no reason. Like,
and here's the thing too, is like I'm not a like, what is that fucking word? I don't want to say materialistic, but it's like looks don't matter to me, right? They don't always matter to me, but I clearly have a type of person that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Right? I like men that look like felons. And that's just the tea. They don't have to be felons. I would prefer them not to be felons. But I love a good felon-looking motherfucker. But if you saw this dude, he's not my type. And I think he knows that. Because he's seen all of my exes. Because he's been there forever. He's seen all my exes. And he just does not fit the part. So I just wonder in my brain where he's like, I know I'm not her type, but I think I might be able to woo her with my words.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
He lives in Las Vegas as well.
He lives in Las Vegas.
And I'm not going to say his name on here because...
Huh?
I'm not going to say his name on here, but he lives in Vegas and he says all these things, right? But anyway, I messaged him July and said, where do you live in Vegas? So I was wondering because Anton and I were going to go do something in Vegas, or... there was like something out that way that we wanted to go do. So we were just thinking about it. And he told me where he lived, like where he lived by, not exactly where he lived.
Yeah.
And I never responded because I'm like, well, one, I don't think I actually care. And two, we're not going to Vegas. I'm poor. But then a few days later, what made you ask? A few days later, what made you ask? A few days later, what made you ask? And I just never responded.
That's fucking weird, man.
Then,
That's pretty suspicious, isn't it?
very. And then there's like, on Twitter, back in 2017, he messaged me and was like, not expecting a reply or anything, but wanted to message you and just say hello. Hope that you are doing great. Heart. Look at this man and tell me what you think about that. Does it look like my type?
No.
I'm into men that look like felons and golden retriever boys. But this man just goes so hard in the paint. But I think he deleted all of his shit. But he'll be back. That's what he does. He comes back every time.
He'll be back. Yeah,
He'll be back.
Sure,
he always comes back.
Can't wait for that.
I'm interested to see if I have any emails from him, but I also don't think I care enough to go look.
I'm just gonna say it's safe to say you probably do. And it's probably just the same love letter bullshit.
Same shit, just chewed up and regurgitated again.
Yep.
It's shocking that someone could have that much, like, drive, just that much consistency.
Yeah.
And, like, that much motivation.
I know, yeah.
For somebody that they've never met.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, you're right. Like the sheer, like, motivation and willpower to keep going and keep messaging you, like, that's insane. Like, I don't know where that comes from, but wow. With
that much motivation and that much consistency, that man can probably do really great things in life. But instead, he messages me.
If he redirected it.
Yeah. If you redirect that motivation and that consistency, you could probably do really great things.
Oh, yeah.
But
for sure.
Instead, you're messaging me.
Exactly. Like, he's exerting, like, all this, like, and like, I'd say he's using a lot of mental energy doing this shit, too, because he's probably,
it's gotta be exhausting.
He's got to be romanticizing this shit constantly if he's messaging you constantly.
Right.
And that's just, like your brain's constantly working, bro.
Like, I feel like some way and somehow
you're, like, a part of his normal, like, brain process.
Just by me existing and playing Black Ops with him, I have altered his brain chemistry.
Yeah. So you're toxic.
Or what I like to say is hot and powerful.
Is that,
but
is
if you
that,
guys
is that
saw
what
me
we're saying
right now,
now,
you would see that I look like a big toe.
Is that what toxic means now?
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I say. But, I mean, there's not much to look at. I look like a big toe right now.
Big toe.
I'm not even wearing my glasses, so I feel like I might be cross-eyed. But, you know, it's just the game. I've got a little bit of snot on my sleeve. Whatever. So it's like I'm not anything special. I also don't understand, like, what he thinks about, like, say in the
this
weirdest.
Dude's imagination is wild for sure.
It's
like
wild.
it's
What if he's schizophrenic? He might be living an altered life with me.
Weird schizoid vibes. I like it.
But, like, just bear with me for a second.
Yeah.
Just say on some strange fucking parallel universe, me and this man were together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the hell he's expecting. I'm not a good partner. And I can admit that full-heartedly. I am quite consistent. You know, I'm a woman of, you know, I like to be in relationships for a long time. I'm a committed bitch. But I'm a bad partner, and I'm going to just keep it real. I've got hella mental health issues. I've got a lot of shit going on. My brain, it's subpar at best.
Misfiring.
It's misfiring a lot. It actually is misfiring. That's why I'm on anti-epileptics. Gotcha. You know, I don't need much. Definitely don't need a man. But this man thinks that he needs me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a feeling that it is going to get worse. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it could happen, like, tomorrow.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it looks like he deleted all of his profiles, but I still know the messages when I see them. So,
Yeah.
like, even if you delete your Facebook, there's still that message thread. So it's
Even
like,
if you block them.
it says like
or
Facebook
whatever.
user, but it's like, bitch, I know that you're the one telling me all this shit. Nobody else has that much time in their life to fucking write me a paragraph about how
I
much
know
they
you're the
love
one.
me. Like, so I think as of right now he's deleted everything, which is good.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? You might not even be the only one he does this to.
Which I was thinking about earlier, so I'm glad you brought that up. But how many other people is this happening to? Because I would
A lot.
feel,
I'd say a lot of people. Yeah.
I would feel strange.
I'd
if
say it
I
happens
was
to a
his
lot of people. If
only
any
one.
other like influencer or anything, like even like no matter the following, I feel if they're like if they have like 2,000 followers, even if they have like 1,000,000 followers, like any of those like influencers or any of those people trying to be like, like that, I feel like any of them have a lot of those kind of people just lurking. Like,
I don't know, man. Because I feel like usually when it's a parasocial relationship gone wrong,
there's a lot of parasocial relationships with women actually, like of Markiplier. I've heard actually.
I love Markiplier, so
I
I'm
know.
probably one of those.
Yeah,
but
you are.
I will tell you. First of all, shut your fucking mouth. Markiplier, I love you. Marcus Edward Fishbaugh. I love you, sir. Oh my God, he made an OnlyFans.
Huh?
He made an OnlyFans.
Yeah, I fucking know. It's ridiculous.
See, I'm not the person though. Like, I love that for you. Get your coin, babe. He's hot as fuck, so I'm sure he's making bank.
Fucking Christ, man.
I love him. I would not pay for an OnlyFans. I don't have an account. I'm not getting on there to spend money for nobody. I don't give a damn. I don't. But that man is so goddamn fine. When I tell you that I watch this man's, like, every single video he's ever made, I watch it.
I know you have.
Okay?
You would play him, like, literally all the time.
Yes. He's even good background music because he'll just scream. And I'm like, I felt that. But I used to watch him so much. I still do. But, like, it was, like, an every night thing. It was just hours of Markiplier. Mm-hmm. And my ex-husband, spoiler alert, I was married and divorced. My ex-husband literally thought that I was cheating on him with Markiplier. And you know what I said to that man? I said, sir, if I had the opportunity to be with him, I would be. Not with you. You're poor. You steal from my purse. Like,
Chelsea, I hate to say it, but like, I think,
know. I have a parasocial relationship with Markiplier. I know. I'm aware. But you know what? The thing is, though, I don't take it out of bounds. So it's like, I feel like I have a relationship with Markiplier. And
because the crazy thing is, I just thought
let me say that lightly. Okay? I have a relationship with Markiplier, but it's not a, like, I'm dating him thing. It's like, I love this man. Yeah. Everything he does is fucking perfect. Perfect. Like, I'm telling you, this man could do anything, and I would thank him.
Yeah? Anything?
Anything. I would let him.
He could commit.
Do whatever he wanted.
War crimes, and
I'd be right behind him.
Wow. Woo! That's some loyalty right there.
Woo! Markiplier. Woo! So yes, I love him, but I don't take it out of bounds. It's not like I'm messaging him every day or anything. Like, I have messaged him a few times, but it's always, like, in reply to a story or something. I know they'll never fucking see it.
You never know. They might.
But you never know. And that's the thing, too, is, like, yes, he has millions of followers, and so does, like, Brittany Broski, right? Which I also love Brittany Broski.
Yeah.
But Brittany has millions of followers, but she also, when she gets bored sometimes, she will go through her message requests and just look at
and
stuff.
I'm sure Markiplier does, too.
And it's like even me, I'm like a micro influencer. I've got like 17,000 followers or something on TikTok. But it's like, even then, I'll still go through my message requests and be like, oh, okay. That was fucking weird. But like, or sometimes I'll get a message and I giggle. I think it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
But it's like, you never know. On the off chance that Mr. Markiplier says something to me back, I'm going to explode. First of all, I will explode into smithereens, my friend. But I think he's like the only person in the world that I feel just a little parasocially connected to. But I don't think it passes that stalker bounds because I never try to go out of my way to get his attention.
I'm trying to think if there's
never
like
go to see him.
anything for me like
I
that.
just fucking love Markiplier. My dream is to one day have him on this podcast.
I don't know if there's anything for me. No, I can't really think of anybody or anything that I'm like that with.
Well, it's weird because there's even cases of people that have parasocial relationships with, like, characters.
I was just what I was saying earlier, but like I was thinking that exact thing, like characters and like anime and shit, like anything. It's crazy. Like I feel like a lot of people do that with anime for sure, and it's like
all the
it's so
neckbeards
fucking weird, man.
drinking Mountain Dew in their mom's basement.
Dude, yeah, man, for sure. That shit's fucking weird.
Yeah, so I mean, parasocial relationships has no bounds.
Like bronies.
Brownies.
For sure. They're parasocial relationship, bro.
Did you know that? All right, sorry, this is like way off track, but did you know that when like brownies or fucking what are they called?
What?
What? They wear the goddamn
furries?
Furries. Yeah. So did you know that when furries fuck, it's called yiffing?
Yeah. I did know that.
Said that to a friend the other day.
Oh god. Fucking Christ,
she
man.
told me something and it was interesting, right? And I was like, damn, I wish I didn't know that. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something now. And I said, did you know that when furries fuck, it's called yiffing? And she said, well, I didn't, but I could have lived without it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Should I tell the listeners my joke from earlier?
Whoa, which one?
All right, guys.
Just tell it.
Okay, so I have a joke earlier. I said it off.
I don't remember.
I said it off of the podcast, off recording. But what does a deaf gynecologist do? ... He reads lips.
He does. It's true. It's Braille.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Braille.
It could be, yeah, maybe.
Anyway, yeah, so what are your thoughts about what we've talked about this entire episode?
Me?
What do you take away from this?
I take away from this that simps are everywhere. They could be anyone, and any of them could possibly get violent. You never know. I mean, they could turn into stalking. It could turn into anything, and it's just another reason why social media is fucking insane.
Social media is dangerous. Like, honestly, we have had no business being on the internet chronically since we were younger, but that's the age that, I mean, we grew up in. Because you're a millennial, right?
Yeah. I think. I don't fucking know.
Great.
97.
Well, I don't know what that is.
That's like the last... No, 96 is the last year, I think, for millennials. But I'm just going to count myself in on that one because
you're like
I don't...
older emo anyway.
Because I don't even...
We'll lump you in. But it's like millennials, man, we've just been chronically online.
Yes.
Like, we had no business. Like, the amount of things that I've
like, honestly,
heard of.
none. It honestly made things worse, if anything.
Oh, no, it definitely...
It's so fucking bad, but it's
being on the
also, like,
internet-
so awesome at the same time.
Yeah, like, it's a really cool vessel, the fact that we can communicate with people
Some of your
from...
coffee. Hell yeah.
That we can communicate with people from all around the world at any certain moment of the day. I think that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
But the amount of danger that lies within it as well is insane.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I mean, so...
you'll always have good and bad for, like, anything, though.
Yeah, so I mean, it is like a blessing and a curse, but it's like a double-edged sword as well.
Yeah, everything is, honestly.
It's very bizarre. But, like, I feel like growing up chronically on the internet has severely and, like, dramatically altered my brain chemistry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm completely desensitized for, like, a lot of shit. Like, not, like, a lot of, like... Just from watching just a bunch of not safe for work videos on like Reddit or like fucking like Live Leak or whatever. Like,
so that's actually a really good
a long
segue.
time ago. Like,
Yeah, that's a really good segue because we are going to be doing another episode here shortly about some interesting websites. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, just being chronically on the internet is so strange because, like I said, I've never met this man in my life.
Have you ever tried to like actually step away for like let's say like no internet for like a week, like social media in general for like without a week?
Have I?
Yeah.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
It's really nice, actually. Like, okay, like I use social media, but like I don't really like. You don't really see me like pop up like a lot of. I don't physically like post myself a lot. I do a lot of just like I do.
A lot of shit posting.
Yeah, it's just a lot of just like sharing posts and shit like that. Just like I don't.
Well, here's the thing though, is that I really at this point in my life feel like I can't take a break from social media. But at this point in my life, it's like social media for me isn't even about connecting with people anymore. Social media pays me. Facebook pays me. Instagram pays me. TikTok pays me. And YouTube pays me. And Patreon. So it's like I get money through the internet. So it's like I don't even have the opportunity to step away from the internet right now. But it's because this is all I've wanted, was to make the internet my career. So it's like the cool thing about like Patreon and YouTube is you can schedule posts. So I like that. And, you know, as we stock up on episodes, we can just have them auto post. Yeah. But I think until we get to the point where we could have, or at least I could, like we could have a team where we can have like a manager do all of the posting and all that shit, like a marketing manager. I feel as though I have to take one for the team and stay chronically online. This has been a very strange episode, but we are, I think it's about time we sign off. I feel as though this was worth it. I feel as though this hour plus of this conversation, it was worth it because it's kind of eye-opening, because I feel like a lot of people, one, don't know what a parasocial relationship is.
Yeah, I had no idea until you fucking told me about it.
Yeah.
And I like, it's weird because like I
feel like a lot of people know what it is, but they don't know that there's a name for it.
Yeah. Because like I knew that like people did that shit, and I would just be like, oh, it's simping or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's actually so different from simping for sure.
So it's nice because a lot of people kind of know what these like relationships are, or like examples of it, but I don't think that they knew what the name was.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to kind of I guess like address what it is and what kind of things can happen within a relationship of this sort, so that people can detect it a little bit sooner before it turns into something dangerous.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if you're chronically online, protect yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, like I'm so serious, and I really don't get serious often, but I feel like I have super thick skin, so a lot of things kind of just blow past me, like I don't care. But a lot of people might fall into traps like this to where it can be a dangerous situation, and you know, you never know until it's too late.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, with that being said, if you're online, please protect yourself. I guess do background checks too, because that'll help.
That's true. You can
But,
do that.
yeah, so thank you guys for being here on today's episode of Sketchfest.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening.
Ridiculous story.
This was quite a ridiculous story, but I mean, shit, did it have a lot of content?
Yeah, that was wild.
Anyways, so yeah, thanks for listening, and please do us a favor and follow us on all of our socials so that you guys can stay up to date with anything that we may post. Like I said in the beginning, we're kind of going through a little change in members here. We're adding and subtracting some people, but we will be back to normal, hopefully. I mean, it's not the new year yet, but you think it's the new year.
It is.
You're hearing this in the new year.
December 10th.
It is December 10th right now.
Via recording.
It is December 10th right now, but to you, you're listening to this in the new year. So starting now, you're going to be hearing from us a lot.
Yeah.
So first things first is follow us on all of our socials. So you can find us on Facebook at Sketchfest Podcast. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Sketchfest Podcast. You can even find us on Patreon if you want to become a patron. It is just Sketchfest Podcast again. And then we also are going to be doing a segment here where we want to read your sketchy stories out loud on the podcast and dissect them. Maybe judge you a little bit. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll judge the other party in the story. Who knows? But if you want to write in a sketchy story for us to read on the air, please.
We need, like, the weird shit.
I need the weirdest of the weird. I don't care how long it is. Please send us an email at sketchfestpodcast@gmail.com. And I will have all of our links in the description. You can also find us on YouTube, and it's just youtube.com/Sketchfest Podcast, I think. They just gave me a weird handle, but just look for Sketchfest Podcast. So we're going to be posting once we start doing videos.
So post links.
Yeah, we are eventually, hopefully, going to be doing videos, and we'll be posting video stuff on YouTube as well. But we're probably just going to post a lot of clips for now. But yeah, if you want to be a part of our little weird group over here, please follow us on all of our socials, keep up to date with us, and do not be afraid to reach out to us. I know that we were talking about parasocial relationships, but, you know, I think you guys at this point might understand the difference between a parasocial relationship and just, you know, the internet.
Yeah, maybe some people listening maybe have found out today that maybe they are the parasocial.
Yeah, and if for some reason today,
you could say,
yeah,
in this situation,
if for some reason,
to stop that's not healthy. It's not healthy for your mental, dog. Don't do that.
So if today's episode has taught you something about yourself, and maybe you learned that you are a problem, maybe let's just put the phone down. Maybe let's just log out. Whoever you're messaging, relentlessly block them. Block them.
Yeah, they are on the internet. If you've never seen them in real life, they don't exist.
Exactly. It is 2023, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it up, okay? No more neckbeard, no more incel, no more simp.
Give it up, bro.
We don't like simps anymore.
we never did.
If you fall under any of those categories, just give it up, brother. I love you, but no. That doesn't mean message me either, because I said I love you. Don't message me. I won't reply. Maybe I will. I don't know. Depends on how creative it is. Anyway, alrighty, so that has been today's episode of Sketchfest, where we talked about parasocial relationships versus stalking. Stay tuned. We're going to try to post weekly.
As much as we can, yeah.
Well, that's it. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Jake.
And we will see you next time.
Catch you later, everyone.